Greetings, creation. This is Derek with Denver Yoga Underground. Today I'll share some high-level view on yoga philosophy. And if you spend any time reading texts like Yoga Sutra, Samkhya Karika, Bhagavad Gita, you may have been in a whirlwind of thought trying to lace all the pieces together, and this is, really that's a very kind of healthy place to be into. They're designed to invoke questions. Now, here is a bit of perspective that we can give us some like firmer handholds or grips by which we can parse out or tease out the wisdom and meaning and instruction of the text. And it does so in three ways. It speaks to first what we'll call the materials realm. This is things that you can actively measure and quantify and know. So a simple example of this would be in asana classes where they're providing alignment cues, say, or if I were to give you a particular breathing ratio, like a 1-4-2 count, for example. These are things that you can quantify. And this is largely the domain of not only yoga, but other sciences or sciences in general. Now, like measuring gravity or your weight or a musical scale, like the math behind music, right? This all fall under this material realm of explanation and inquiry and looking into. And it has certain boundaries or parameters, right? It's objectively measured. That's the standard criteria. The second realm that yoga philosophy describes or attempts to navigate is the experiential realm. The experiential realm, which actually occurs in two different domains or platforms. One example could be, the first is the collective realm, a collective experiential realm. An example of this could be like language, right? Certain pockets of the globe speak a particular language. It's all understood in-house, but obviously there's many different languages and experiential types of interpretations that occur in various languages around the globe, right? A word in one language might mean something else in another language. So it's not like a material bona fide fact, but it's more of a collective, experientially shared belief, right? And the second dimension of this experiential realm is the domain, your own experience, right? The experience of the individual, right? Like hunger, for example. Some person might rate their hunger scale at a level 10, and for somebody else, that's actually a level 5. And there's no real way of like, how do you discern that? Like, no, you're actually should be an 8, right? This is entirely subjective kind of dimension of experience. Now, an interesting standard to come from Samkhya Yoga, so we say, is that real or not? And an interesting standard that comes from Samkhya is to say if an experience has an effect, if there's an effect, then it is indeed real. So, for example, if I have a dream and that I'm being chased by a dragon, and I wake up and my heart's beating and I'm palpating and there's a memory and I'm a little shaken, that would be regarded as like a legitimate and real, substantive kind of experience in the experiential realm. And then here's where things start to get tricky. And that is yoga attempts to account for the inconceivable realms. So these are dimensions to life or the creation or the cosmos that fall outside of the standard bandwidth of human perception or conception, These are things that our mind is just not engineered to comprehend. And so they've found various workarounds or methods or ways by which we can develop an even more complete vision of what's really going on, right? Even outside the confines of our particular human psyche. And such methods include ritual, for example, as well as meditation, techniques whereby the mind is stilled, quieted, laser samadhi grade focus to develop a penetrating vision that into the inconceivable. What lies on the other side of mind. And the rules in that dimension or plane are a little different than, say, the material realms or the experiential realms, right? So I think that's important to take into consideration, is that the playing field shifts. The rules are a little different depending on what realm or domain we're talking about. So as students and as teachers, I think it's sort of the value, or what I hope to impart here, is to have some kind of regard for the distinctions around the materials, experiential, inconceivable types of realms, and not to conflate them and really kind of hold the same standard, because they are substantively different perspective. And yoga attempts to draw a generous and big enough map of the creation that we can braille our way into greater fullness that includes things that are even beyond this normative consciousness. Peace, my yoga friends. Thank you, all my subscribing, liking, commenting friends. I wish you blessings and wellness on the path. Hari Om Tat Sat.